digital technology intervention uh, in the field of agriculture. This is a as per it's like the India level is concerned, we are one of the unique project. Maharashtra and Bengal did few things, but the level and scale which we are doing in Madhya Pradesh is unique to it's like is unique in the country. Uh, this basically the idea is to it's like to use the technology enablement, remote sensing and technology, GIS technology resources for the overall agriculture sector. This is the initiative which is in partnership with MPACDC, which is State E-Governance Agency in Madhya Pradesh, MP Council of Science and Technology, which is it's like a nodal agency, which is agency into the satellite image analysis in the Madhya Pradesh, and of course we have NRSC ISRO in partnership in this project. We have a formal MOU with all of them with the defined role and responsibility in this project. This is a brief, it's like overall uh, a high level picture of what all this project is doing. So there is an AGRIGIS portal which has been launched in Madhya Pradesh, and there are various layers of various attributes related to the agriculture planning, decision making, and service delivery are being it's like mapped over the over this portal, along with the base data like it's like the administrative and the land record boundaries. These are the broad objective. The idea is to develop an decision support system with multi-source data. This is an integrated portal. It's not only agriculture data, but then there are 20 odd agencies whose data is being it's like integrated, whose data is being sourced into this overall project. We are trying to develop a comprehensive geo database with satellite, and then to make it a decision support system, there are AI component, AI and ML, emerging technology component is also there at the backend to it's like to help the farmer and the decision maker and the planning people to take a database decision. We do the satellite-based mapping of all the crops, all the major crops, which comprises around 92% of the area of Madhya Pradesh. Total crop area grown in Madhya Pradesh are being mapped through this. Then drought indicators and timely assessment of drought condition. This was useful this year. It's like when we got the stressed dry period, around 40 days in some of the district. Crop health monitoring and mid-season advisories. Last year we took advantage of this when there are excessive rain in few of the area in Madhya Pradesh. Then a crop yield estimation methodology is being developed in both, it's like in a semi-operational mode with the help of AI and ML, and established model is being, it's like test, trained and being used in Madhya Pradesh, which is with the help of NRSC. Providing feasible crop insurance solutions to ensure that, it's like the crop insurance management is seamless. Agroecology, resource and market-based planning, of course, and it's like not the least, but the most important thing is the farmer advisory services based on the resource data set available. So these are some of the use cases which we thought, it's like when we started this portal. This portal was started, this entire concept was started in May 2020, sometime when, it's like uh, the remote sensing things has to be, it's like basically the digital agriculture initiative are started in the Department of Agriculture, Government of Madhya Pradesh. Seamless crop insurance management is one big use case which we are already doing. Interactive layer of soil fertility, irrigation, crop coverage, productivity. This can, like this in long run can help to basically do the entire supply management system of the fertilizer, because then urea is something, urea and DAP are two fertilizer which are a concern where it's like the heavy subsidies and excessive use of urea is one concern. The nitrogen is one concern for the government of India and for the entire agriculture fraternity also. So this is an area where it's like this portal can help out with the help of the various data set available. Then the positioning rationalization of the department scheme, that how the entire existing distribution of beneficiary. This is also we are doing in a PCS as of now for some of the components. Then resource and market-based production plan, which are it's like ultimately which help us in the crop diversification. Also at the same time to encourage the processors to engage with the farmers of Madhya Pradesh besides crop diversification also. Then credible and cluster-based production data for food processing cluster, at the same time for the credit institution also, for the financing institutions also. And temporal analysis like division in sowing and cropping pattern over a period of time. So this is, like one use case which we are already doing on the MP Kisan app. This is the MP Kisan app, which is a integrated platform for the farmer, where PM Kisan, Khasra, Khatoni, like all the land record related services, mandi services, along with agriculture services are available. So this is how it's like this functionality can be accessed. The farmer need to click on the Mrida Urvarakta here, and then it's like with a disclaimer. This is where they reached. So based on the location of the farmer, so this is our all khasras are GIS or geo-referenced. So based on the location of the farmer, they can it's like just fetch the fertility, the existing soil fertility status of their crop. Now this is a exhaustive exercise. This has been done on the basis of the soil health card data which is available with the government of Madhya Pradesh. And then the data is being extrapolated to it's like basically cover the entire fertility map of the state. It's like a 10 by 10 kilometer grid was there earlier in the overall this health card, soil health card projects. So this is how it's like farmer based on his location can it's like actually track the what is the status of fertilizer in there. It's like nitrogen is deficient, but the potash is like more or less uh, potash is medium, and then the phosphorus is adequately available. So farmer can take a decision that it's like they do require to apply the nitrogen, but then the phosphorus and potash uh, they can it's like modify their doses accordingly. At the same time it's like since this is based on the historical data, they can also at the same time go to the soil testing centers list available, and they can it's like go to the nearest uh, soil testing center, soil lab to basically get the recent status of their fertility status of their soil. Now, this is the second use case which it's like we are using here in Madhya Pradesh, and we are doing it. So basically, the crop area and yield data estimation is something which is uh, entirely digital technology based in Madhya Pradesh for the two purposes. One is of course it's like the Fasal Bima, the crop insurance scheme. The other is the procurement of the it's like crops under MSP, especially wheat and paddy. So it's like this is how the crop area and yield data is important for various sectors. We already discussed it in the earlier slides. Now this is what the challenge in it's like Madhya Pradesh, if you say per se. So 149 lakh of hectare kharif, which is distributed to vast geography of Madhya Pradesh, equally area in the Rabi, and then there are like Jaid area also, summer crops also. There are 17 plus cereals and millet, 13 plus pulses, 14 plus oil seeds, spices, commercial crops, and more than 50 fruit and vegetables are being grown in Madhya Pradesh. So this is the variety. It's like while estimating the area. And this is how, it's like we have been doing in the years. So earlier it used to be the sample survey, the regular statistical analysis based on the sample survey, small sample size. Then we moved to e-Girdavri, where, there was a mobile-based app where Patwari used to go to the field and used to capture the crops based on the Khasra record available with them. From there, in the 21-22, we have migrated to the AI/ML based method, where it's like we use the satellite images and the ground truthing data to uh, uh, to arrive on the crop area estimation of the to prepare the crop map of the major crops. At the same time, for the data collection for the yield and productivity estimation from the traditional CC, which are, like uh, considering the number of crops and distribution across the geography, very difficult to, like conduct the CC in the right time. So we have moved to the AI and ML based model for the productivity estimation. I will have, like brief details in the following slides. So this is how, it's like we approached this entire model. So one is like, now we are not doing it in the sample basis, but rather, it's like uh, doing it on the entire, it's like population basis, entire crop population basis. And this is independent of human bias, and, it's like can be used for procurement, relief, compensation, and KCC throughout the state is being used. But the accuracy and precision, yes, of course, depend on the training data which was available and the algo suitability. So this model has been, like initially started with the wheat and gram in the Rabi, and then paddy and soybean in the Kharif, and then, it's like scaled up to a few more crops in Rabi, and then in Kharif. This year we are doing it for 5 crops, and in Rabi we plan to do it for another 5 crops this year. We did it for, it's like 3 crops in last year. These are the prerequisite for, it's like.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Keeping the time limit in mind, requesting you to kindly conclude in next 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, we'll do that. So these are the, prerequisite which we do have in Madhya Pradesh, and these are the few picture, it's like this is how we arrive. So this is for the Rabi crop where optical data is available. And this is for the, Kharif crop when due to cloud, the optical data is not available, and the, microwave data is being used to make the crop. So this is how, it's like this entire process is being done. These are the massive ground truthing, because, it's like you can't do it without the ground truthing. The model has to be developed, the signature has to be developed. So this is what we are doing with the field force. Massive ground truthing is being done with the field force distributed across Madhya Pradesh. More than 276,000 GT points were collected. And then, it's like there are permanent GT point across the four growth stages. There are random GT. A quality check is being done with the GT point, and this is how, it's like this year, as of now, these are the GTs that we have already done. There are 2 more stages which are still under the way. As of now, the GTs are going on. You can see the distribution, it's like how well distributed these are across Madhya Pradesh. And this is the algo model behind the yield estimation. So this is how this entire model do. These are the attributes on the left side that are being captured. We prepared the crop map layer from 2017 onwards in Madhya Pradesh for all the, it's like for entire Madhya Pradesh. And these are the data set which are used in the neural network and random forest. These are the 2 models which are being used. These are the AI ML model which are being, and the yield prediction has started. So these are, it's like few pictures that how this entire things has emerged. These are the estimated yield, and these are the measured yield, historical yields. This is how, it's like we approach the Madhya Pradesh to divide it into various clusters. This is again, it's like clusters for the Rabi. These are, it's like just one illustration of how really, it's like various factors are helping, and how wheat yield vary with the, it's like NDVI. In this particular slide, you can see how the wheat yield vary with the NDVI. And, it's like this is how entire length of crop do affect, because wheat is a, it's like photosensitive crop. These are, it's like the soil moisture, root zone moisture analysis that is also being done as one of the parameters. And these are historical maps for paddy and soybean that we developed, it's like over a period of time. Now, so these are the outcome as of now. The portal has already been launched. We are already using it since 2021. Rabi 2022-23, we already did. This is under approval. There is a committee, it's like chaired by again CS, who has to approve this for the crop. Now, some of the recorded output that, it's like I wanted to stress over here. There are 16 lakhs download of this MP Kisan app and 35 lakhs hits on the soil fertility. Mandi rate simultaneously has much more hits. So, this is how is being populated. This is how being popular among the farmers. It's being growing. Uh, Yield estimation we are already doing at the IEU level, and it's like for information, Madhya Pradesh has a very halka unit as a insurance unit. So in Madhya Pradesh we have around 23,000 insurance unit for a it's like for the insured crop. And this is what we did. This is the impact that we were able to distribute over 7,000 crores in 2022, which was a bad year for the Kharif soybean. And no, the coverage has improved thoroughly due to use of technology, and more than 89.5% of the affected farmers can be covered through the it's like insurance support. And these are the few financial economic benefit that has turned out. You see, this entire integration of the land record, and then the credibility, the RST and GIS based assessment of the crop health and yield has improved the credibility, has it's like credibility of the overall scheme in the Madhya Pradesh. And with the help of this, we were secured a much more layer, almost one fourth of the premium during the tenders. It's like during the Fasal Bima tenders, which overall it's like result in a saving of around 1,800 crores to the state and central government premium. So it's like this. You can see this is how the state share was in the year 21-22, and this is what came out. This is what the premium rate we got in 22-23. So the state share has came down around it's like by 887 crores, which with the central share has come down to 1774 crores. So this is what our learning, that it's like we can use this method, and these are it's like accepted and credible, and we can also use them for the relief and compensation. But then the better accuracy of data is required. This is what we are working on. Government India has already taken cognizance of this initiative at all India level, and a YesTech and the WINDS. There are two projects which are launched by Government of India uh, uh, on the remote sensing and GIS front. YesTech is one to encourage the remote sensing and GIS based crop detection and the yield calculation. At the same time, means is to have a credible data on the weather parameters by establishing automatic weather stations at the field levels. So these are like few uh, uh, public material that has like come out. These are the impact that has been recorded by the field, and this is one award we got by the PMFEY, as it's like the unique state which has brought in technology to encourage transparency, to ensure transparency. Thank you very much. Would be happy to take questions if there are any.
You have got a very comprehensive portal and a lot of information. Commendable job. Only thing I want to know is when you have got a good decision support system with AIML and all that, government can intervene very easily. What has been in the increase in the yield, crop yield per acre or per hectare after the implementation of this? Because
So,
now we are providing all kind of information, what crop to do depending on the soil type, what fertilizer to use, when to use pest and all that. So natural the yield has to improve. So what kind of improvement have you noticed?
So, so there are two areas where we have seen the improvement in terms of, it's like crop yield, and the one is like, we have been able to secure the balanced use of fertilizer in some of the area. Like, the typical Khargon, the Nimad area where, which is predominant. So there, it's like
I just want a simple number, one or two numbers, like what is the crop yield improvement, increase in crop yield due to this intervention?
So overall at the Madhya Pradesh level, if it's like we count this, there is 15 to 20% overall yield in the selected sectors. It's like You see, agriculture yield is not a factor of the fertilizer and practices alone. It's a factor
You're
of
also
multiple
predicting
factors.
climate. You're also predicting climate. Weather prediction is there.
Weather prediction is there.
You're trying to do, what I'm trying to say is you are trying to give all kind of input which is required. You are giving knowledge, when to do, what to do, and how much to do. You are also telling what kind of crop needed. So, of course, agriculture also depends on many external factors, but still, what is the improvement with this kind? Otherwise, there is no point in having this information for ourselves, right?
No, there are two things. You know, it's like one component of this entire project is to help farmers. So that you know, it's like as of now, 50 lakhs farmer are onboarded on the app, and there are 35 lakhs hits on the mandi board. So on the
so frankly speaking, that help doesn't make any difference to the livelihood of the farmer.
What I'm trying to
useful, but not much.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to it's like build over here is that Madhya Pradesh has over 1 crore farmer, and the it's like the reach as of now from the advisory perspective is still has a potential to grow. So as of now, what we have observed during the last 3 years in the overall productivity in the wheat and it's like cotton, there has been a sizable increase. There is up to 15% increase in the productivity has been recorded in the area like cotton in the Nimad area and wheat in the typical Hoshangabad Sihor.
So they are not changing their crops.
They are changing that. There are multiple efforts that has to be required. That is by virtue of crop diversification. That is why we are doing. Looks like so. These are two independent projects that has to be observed independently. Okay. You see, farmer is a complex mindset, and there are multiple factors and decision is getting in there.
But the point what I'm making is something which the farmer is interested in. I'm getting 10,000 till last year. I was getting 10,000 a year or whatever from my crop. This year, because of the government intervention, I'm getting 15. So that's what makes him feel good. It's a feel good factor for, and also his livelihood.
But you see it from the perspective of the crop insurance. There has been
like you have done your best. Thank you.
Right. Thanks.
No, I have no specific question. I only would like to compliment you. It's a very comprehensive program. Just a small observation. You said with the better estimation, with the better use of your remote sensing data, your premium has come down over last 1 year. The insurance premium for the crop coverage. Now, is there any comparison across the states? I mean, let's say some other state, Maharashtra, they may have done something equally good. Now, is there any comparison in terms of the insurance company offering the premium in Maharashtra vis-a-vis Madhya Pradesh or Andhra Pradesh or any other state for that matter? Is there any benchmarking?
No, we hadn't, to be very, honest on this, we hadn't done that exercise as of now. But this year,
so when you negotiate the crop insurance rates with any insurance company, do you look at the rates that they offer or the other states are able to seek from the insurers for the similar cropping?
Sir, the insurance sector works in an entirely, like different manner, I believe. What they do is, basically, it's like this entire bidding process has happened on the basis of the guidelines of IRDA and the PMFEY. So there is no negotiation. There is no provision of the negotiation into it. The way they the insurance company basically, decide on their rate and the area to be, to be bidded, to be tendered for in the RFP process is like this. There are two things what they see. One is like the crop which is being grown in the state and how vulnerable that crop is to the weather, it's like climatic uncertainties and pest and diseases. So soybean being, it's like the major kharif crop in Madhya Pradesh, there is, sizable, there is a concern among the, which is, like affected by the, which is significantly affected by the weather parameters. At the same time, insect pest also nowadays. So these are the two things which, like basically they
all right. I think we'll talk separately on that. I have a lot of issues to discuss on them. We'll talk separately on that.
I'm sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.